Some engines are masterpieces, while others are time bombs waiting to destroy your wallet. We are breaking down the 3 worst failures and the 4 best legends ever built. Here is the truth about the machines you should avoid at all costs. Honda has long been the gold standard for reliability, but in the early 1980s, they released an engine that nearly destroyed that hard-won reputation overnight. The first generation VF750 V4 was a technological marvel on paper, but it suffered from a catastrophic metallurgical failure that became known in the industry as chocolate cams. The camshafts were produced with such poor quality control that they would pit, wear, and essentially disintegrate after just a few thousand miles of riding. Honda attempted to fix the problem with revised oil lines and cam caps, but the damage was already done, forcing them to replace thousands of camshafts under warranty. Mechanics today advise that if you are looking at a survivor from this era, you must verify that the top-end oiling modification has been performed to prevent history from repeating itself. This was not just a minor hiccup, it was a manufacturing disaster that led to 8 different factory revisions in a single year. While the later gear-driven VFR models became legends, this specific early V4 remains a cautionary tale of how even the giants can stumble. It is a machine that promised the future, but delivered a mechanic's bill that could bankrupt the average rider. The Harley-Davidson Twin Cam 88 is beloved by many for its sound and feel, but the models produced from 1999 to 2006 conceal a fatal flaw deep inside the cam chest. The heart of the problem lies in the spring-loaded cam chain tensioners, which used inferior plastic shoes that were prone to premature disintegration. As these plastic components wore down, often with zero warning, they would shed fragments into the oil supply, clogging the oil pump and starving the engine of lubrication. Smart owners now proactively install a hydraulic tensioner upgrade kit from later models, which eliminates the friction that causes the plastic shoes to fail. This disastrous failure could turn a running bike into a pile of scrap metal in seconds, often costing owners thousands of dollars in rebuild fees. It was widely reported that Harley prioritized manufacturing savings of just $23 per unit over long-term durability. While aftermarket hydraulic upgrade kits or gear drive conversions can fix the issue, a stock early Twin Cam 88 remains a financial gamble that few smart riders are willing to take without immediate surgery. In the early 1970s, Yamaha attempted to build a refined parallel twin to compete with the British, but instead they built the TX750, a bike with an engine so flawed it was pulled from the market almost as fast as it arrived. The core issue was a complex system called the omni-phase balancer, designed to smooth out vibrations. Ironically, the very system meant to improve the ride ended up destroying the engine. At high revolutions per minute, the balance weights would whip the oil in the sump into a thick froth, aerating the lubricant and causing the oil pump to suck in air instead of fluid. To mitigate this, later service bulletins suggested installing a deeper oil sump spacer to increase capacity and distance the oil from the spinning weights, but this band-aid fix rarely solved the root problem. This frothing starved the crankshaft bearings, leading to massive heat buildup and catastrophic seizures. To make matters worse, the balance chain was prone to stretching, knocking the weights out of phase and making the engine vibrate even worse than a standard twin. Despite Yamaha's desperate attempts to install deeper sumps and oil coolers, the TX750 remains one of the most complicated and reliable failures in history. If there is one engine that has moved the world, it is the air-cooled single found in the Honda Super Cub. With over 100 million units produced, this is statistically the most significant internal combustion engine in human history. Its brilliance lies not in raw power, but in an undersquare design that creates low stress and absolute durability. The automatic centrifugal clutch allows anyone to ride it, while the splash lubrication system on early models was so simple it practically refused to fail. A key factor in its longevity is the fully enclosed chain case, which protects the drivetrain from dust and mud. allowing the bike to operate in harsh rural environments without frequent maintenance. Engineers designed this motor to run on terrible quality fuel and survive in environments where maintenance is a foreign concept. It is not uncommon to find Cubs that have been running for decades with little more than the occasional top-up of oil. It is the only engine on this list that can be thrown off a building, submerged in water, and run on used cooking oil, yet still start on the first kick. It is not just a motorcycle engine. It is a masterpiece of survival engineering. By the early 1980s, Harley-Davidson was on the brink of financial ruin, plagued by the unreliability of the aging shovelhead engine. The solution was the Evolution, or Evo, a V-twin that did not just power motorcycles, it saved the entire brand from bankruptcy. Engineers subjected this motor to over 5,600 hours of full throttle testing to ensure it was bulletproof. The key upgrade was the switch to aluminum cylinders, which dissipated heat far better than the old iron ones and matched the thermal expansion of the aluminum pistons. This material change meant that the engine maintained consistent compression and sealing even during extreme temperature cycles, making it vastly more reliable for long-distance touring than its predecessors. This allowed for much tighter tolerances, virtually eliminating the oil leaks and head gasket failures that had haunted previous Harleys. Simple, easy to work on, and incredibly robust, the Evolution is widely considered the most reliable engine Harley has ever made. For many enthusiasts, the Evolution era represents the perfect balance of classic V-twin character and modern mechanical reliability, making it a true icon of American engineering. The BMW Airhead Boxer Twin is the engine of choice for riders who plan to cross continents rather than just counties. Produced for nearly 3 decades, this air-cooled, horizontally opposed engine is famous for its simple design and field fixability. The cylinders protrude into the airstream, providing excellent cooling while also acting as makeshift crash bars that protect the rider's legs. Maintenance is absurdly easy. A valve adjustment can be done on the side of the road in 20 minutes with just a few basic tools. Furthermore, the enclosed shaft drive system eliminates the need for chain adjustments and lubrication, removing one of the most common maintenance headaches for long-haul travelers. While it is not a horsepower monster, its low-end torque and smooth power delivery make it a tireless tractor that pulls steadily from zero to redline. The separate transmission and dry clutch design mean the engine oil stays clean for longer, contributing to lifespans that easily exceed 200,000 miles. It is a quirky, vibrating, unkillable piece of German engineering that has earned a cult following among travelers who value dependability above all else. Reliability is the difference between a lifelong companion and an expensive garage ornament. If this list saved you from a bad buy or confirmed your ride is a legend, please hit the like button. Subscribe for more brutally honest motorcycle guides and ride safe.